Hello, collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self-love and growth. Hi, you guys. Welcome back into the channel. So, you guys, this is going to be part one of our shadow work messages. So, as usual, I will pull from our shadow work oracle, okay, which is going to help you to understand the shadow of your unconscious. Okay. So we'll talk about a few of those to see what we need to focus on this week, what's going to be important for you to be healing through. I will also get you some clarifying messages as well, which are going to be encouraging for you this week as you are working on your healing. Get you messages from your cosmic oracle and cosmic energy as well. All right. So, welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support of the channel. You guys have been absolutely incredible. It's been amazing to be able to be here to support you. And I so appreciate the love and support that you are showing me. So, I pour all that love back into you guys tenfold. I pray that your life is blessed and that you are able to continuously grow into your higher self as you work through your shadow. Welcome in all new followers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much. So glad that you were able to find the channel. Make sure when you hit that subscription box, that bell, make sure to hit that arrow, select all, just so that you don't miss any of the other encouraging messages of wisdom and advice that I post for you guys on a daily, okay? All right, so let's just pull a spread here from our shadow work. Let's just see what we need to be focused on when it comes to healing this coming week for the collective. Okay, so the first one is confront fears. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Bravery, healing, reclaim. This is a very, very big one. When it comes to healing, you have to be able to look at the things that scare you the most. And it's interesting, collective, because you will find that once you actually confront that particular fear, whatever that may be, right, you'll find that the power that it holds over you will now be gone because you have stepped up to it, looked at it right in its face, and you said, you know what? You're no longer going to control me. You're no longer going to control my mind. You're no longer going to control my actions. So definitely don't be afraid to confront any fears. This is definitely going to help you to reclaim your power. It's also going to make you feel brave and courageous, which will allow you to deal with the other parts of your life in the same way. So, what is your biggest fear, collective? Think about that. Spirit awakening. Sit with your shadows. It's the way to enlightenment, intuition, spirituality. Exactly. Again, it's time to truly sit with those things that you fear the most. It's really time to sit with those behaviors, those actions, those things that you don't feel so proud of about yourself. And these are things that you will know internally, right? So it doesn't matter what you show to the world externally. These are things that you probably know are issues that maybe you hide. You know, a lot of people wear masks because they are afraid of judgment, they're afraid of ridicule. So they put masks on and they hide certain parts of themselves so that the world only sees them in a certain way. A lot of people do this. A lot of people do this. In this world, it is almost, it's been implanted that having flaws, making mistakes is such a bad thing that people work so hard to make themselves look like perfection. but it's still false. So, yes, don't be afraid to sit with those aspects of yourself and truly try to gain new perspective. Do research on maybe why you act in a certain way. Is it connected to a childhood trauma that maybe you forgot about that's now resurfacing? Maybe you are triggered by certain things. A lot of people have a fear of abandonment and it makes them act out. It makes them feel like they need to get revenge if they feel like people walk away from them. Even if their behaviors cause the person or people to walk out of their life, they now feel in a sense of revenge is needed because they have abandonment issues that affected them since they were children. It has nothing to do with the people that decided to walk away from them because of their behavior. It has everything to do with how they have felt since a child when a certain parent or parents were not there for them. Confirmation. What else? Wounded healer. The wound is the place where light enters you. Empathy, healing, purpose. So this is saying that every time we have been wounded, anytime there's a wound, it's almost like we have a crack in our heart or in our body. And when you become a wounded healer, it is where the light, the wisdom, the lessons, the healing enters into those cracks in your heart and your body. And it encourages you to become empathic, to find empathy with others. It is where you find your purpose in life. So while the trauma, the disappointment, the hurt, the thing that broke you, that made you feel broken and down, a lot of the times, if you are able to take the wisdom from this shadow, from this lesson, from this hurt, this pain, you become a wounded healer because you now have a new perspective. You allow the healing to happen and it gives your mind a different outlook on how you deal with others. So sometimes that hurt and pain, that sorrow, that loss is leading you to become a version of your higher self with this butterfly here through transformation. Okay? So again, don't be afraid of your shadow. It's time to confront it so you are not afraid of it. Confront those fears. Sit with your shadow. Because ultimately it is a part of who you are. Escapism. Detach from daily struggles and relax, but don't use it as a form of avoidance. Relaxation, facing reality. Yes. Avoid escapism. Avoid, again, running away from the things that you fear. Don't be an avoidant and ignore those things that truly need to be confronted. Because the more you resist, it's going to persist. It will show because you will be triggered. It will show in your actions in so many ways, in the things that you do, the things that you say to others, how you handle certain situations. So it will always show some way, somehow. Yes, escape the chaos, escape the external chaos. That's okay. You know, with our daily struggles, our daily obligations, there are times where you need a moment of silence, of stillness, of the ability to reflect. So that's okay. That is a different type of escapism. But the type of escapism where you avoid dealing with those inner parts of you that you don't like, the ugly parts, the parts that you fear judgment from, you don't want to escape those. You want to confront those. Okay. Ride the storm. Let chaos and turbulence cleanse your spirit, purge, purify, refine. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. As you confront the things in your shadow that you are now sitting with, it will cause a storm. But just like this person riding this wave, maybe I'm talking to a group of you guys who love the ocean, who are amazing surfers. I think that is an amazing talent. So if you can ride the wave and the ocean, I guarantee you can handle your shadow because the amount of precision and balance and focus it takes to ride this wave to the shore, that's exactly the amount of energy it takes to confront your shadow. But that tells me you already have the skills to do this. I also could be talking to a group of water signs. I say that because I have in my first one here, this picture of the sea, of the ocean, with this huge whale. Now we have this ship that's also in the ocean, and now we're talking about waves of the ocean. Maybe you guys are very emotional about the things that you know are flaws or, shadows of yourself. It makes you very emotional. It creates an emotional storm within you. So you try to avoid it because you feel like it is counterproductive. You feel like it takes over and you're not able to get anything done when you become emotional over these things that you hide. But that's exactly why. That's exactly why. So that tells me, if that is the case, that these things that you fear to confront because they make you emotional still have a level of control over your everyday life. And again, it affects you every single day anyway because you have not dealt with it. And sometimes people will not deal with their healing and let it go for decades and struggle through life as an unhealed version of themselves, holding on to that negative energy internally that ultimately affects their heart chakra, that ultimately affects their physical body, that becomes sometimes diseased because you've been holding on to so much negativity for so long. It's an internal stress. It's a silent stress. And so it starts to cause more ailments in the body, in the mind, in the spirit, because it's now been sitting in a pot and just stewing for years. Let it go. Heal it. Confront it. Sit with it. Understand it so that you're not afraid of it. One more. Yeah, don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn. For those of you who have a hard time with this, don't be stubborn. I know that you don't necessarily want to deal with this because it takes work and, you just feel like it's just who you are at this point. And listen, whatever you say, I believe you. Like I say all the time, I'm here to give encouragement to people who are ready to confront fears, who are ready to deal with those aspects of themselves that they know have now affected so many relationships in their life, affected how they view themselves. If you wake up and you immediately look at yourself in the mirror and think, oh, God, I don't want to even look at my face, that means that you're tired of you. If you are comfortable in being in that pessimistic energy, even when it comes to yourself, not giving yourself love, care, affection, nurturing, support, which starts with you and should always come first. If you're not ready for that, that's okay. That is okay. I understand that these are not average messages that people hear all the time, but that is why I'm here. That is why I'm doing it, because these are things, again, that I didn't have immediate access to understand. And even if I had a small amount of understanding, maybe I could have dealt with situations differently. Maybe I would not have looked at myself in certain ways or allowed others to look at me in certain ways. So, again, this is just about being able to provide a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of information, the lessons that I've had to go through and learn and try to heal from, to help anybody who is ready to listen and receive, hopefully give that information to somebody who needs it right now. So I understand that not everybody's going to like the message. You don't need to like it to receive it. Just like children, when our parents tell us not to do something that we really want to do, we don't like it, but later on we realize it was for our own protection. It was because it was a piece of information that we were going to need that was going to be very important to us as we went through life. So you may not receive this right now at this time, but maybe you will at some point. All right, let me get you some clarifying messages, words of encouragement. And understand too, when we're talking about doing the shadow work, when we're talking about healing, the reality is everybody should always be healing. If you are starting on this journey, it never ends, it doesn't stop, because there's always going to be something that we need to learn. The most important thing is acknowledging it, accepting it, which allows you to begin your healing. And then understand that it doesn't have to be something that is done overnight. It's not going to be. It's an everyday choice to try to be better instead of bitter. It's an everyday choice. So it doesn't start it doesn't end once you start, but it doesn't mean that when you start that you're not going to have hiccups or you're not going to have moments where you revert back to your old behavior. That's part of it. It's just like a weight loss journey. Your weight is going to go up and down and up and down. It is never linear. It is never linear. Neither is healing. Seize every minute. Embrace each moment with purpose, for time is a precious gift on your journey of self-discovery. Exactly. You will be on a journey of self-discovery. So embrace each moment. Give yourself grace. You are going to start discovering things about yourself, maybe that you weren't even aware of. That's why it's called the shadow. That's why it's in the unconscious. Ignite creation, harness innovation, fuel imagination, and witness manifestation as answers unfold in your journey of discovery. Like I said, you healing, what happens is once you start to heal those shadow aspects of yourself, you'll find that your mind becomes clearer. You'll find moments of clarity. And it's interesting because it's almost like your crown chakra will start to open and start to receive, and you will start to remember things about yourself that you forgot. It happened to me. I had something that I told myself I wanted to do as a child that I completely forgot about. But as I started to go through my healing, that thing that I've always wanted to do, it just started to come back to me, and I started to get into it again. And I felt this amount of joy that I haven't felt in a very, very long time. But because of all the things that's happened to me from childhood into adulthood, I completely forgot about what that childhood dream was, not even realizing it was still important to me now. So as you start to clear away and heal, and your mind becomes clearer, not so weighed down, not so overwhelmed with overthinking, your creative side will start to show. It's such a beautiful thing. Although healing is ugly. So don't be stubborn. One last move. You have come far on your journey. Keep going, and you will soon see what you have accomplished. Yes. So even while you are taking the steps to work through these certain shadows, it may not seem like you're getting anywhere. It may not seem like what you're doing day to day is having any type of progress. But then there'll be this one moment, a situation will come up that maybe you didn't deal with before very well, and it'll be placed in front of you again, and you will realize how differently you receive it, how differently you process it, how it doesn't make you feel the anxiety, the overwhelm like it used to. And that's when you will know. That's when you will know. There will be a breakthrough moment like that. And it feels amazing, and you will be so proud of yourself. So commit to the next stage in your development, and there will be a promise fulfilled in some form. Yes, stay committed to you, and you will reap the rewards of your commitment, collective. Like I said, this may not be something tangible, but trust me, the feeling that you have once you have that breakthrough moment because you were committed to yourself, it will feel incredible. It will be unexplainable, but it will show externally. People won't understand what's changed about you or why you look different, but it will be because you now have balance. Harmony's call. Embrace equality and pursue justice, harmonizing the energies to manifest a balanced and just outcome. You will literally go from being upside down and unbalanced to having harmony within. That inner peace is priceless, collective, especially to my overthinkers. You think about 1,000 scenarios, you go through pain and loss and hurt, and you think of 1,000 ways in how you want to seek revenge or get back at someone. It's chaos internally. It's time to give yourself some peace. More of these. More adventures. Embrace the unknown with curiosity, letting each journey shape your path and wisdom. Yeah. Trust me, this is definitely what we call the unknown. You're definitely not going to know what's going to happen on this journey of discovery. It's just, you're just not. But that is part of your journey. Embrace that, because sometimes that also makes the healing process exciting. Like I said, you're going to have a moment where you are confronted with an issue that previously would have took you over the edge, make you act out, get emotional, lose control. It will come back to you and confront you. And you will be able to confront that fear. You will be able to confront that trauma and handle it differently from an emotional balanced place. And you will feel such inner peace that it may scare you because you've realized at that moment it doesn't affect you in the same way anymore because you confronted it, because you chose to look at it objectively, gain new perspective, look at the wisdom behind why, and choose to be different, act different. It's amazing. Let me get you a few messages from your cosmos, some messages of encouragement that you may need at this time. You're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. Yeah, it's time for you to create your own way. Don't act in the way that everybody else in your family, your friends have acted in this particular situation. Choose your own path. Stepping out in a healing journey, spiritual awakening, you're forging your own path. You're creating your own way. You're possibly breaking generational curses if you're able to do this, but you are amazing enough to do this. Guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. Yeah. No need to hold on to any guilt from past choices, past decisions. You have to let it go so that you can forge this new path. And as you forge your new path, again, it's not going to be linear. You are going to have setbacks. You're going to have moments because we are still living a human experience and we still have emotions. But it is about recognizing as soon as you have that setback, putting yourself back in check, getting yourself back into balance so you can move forward. No need to hold on to it, carry the burden. No need to keep doing that. That's just extra weight, extra baggage on your shoulder that you don't need. So quickly recognize when you've had a setback, quickly forgive yourself, but keep forging this new path forward. And just let it go, collective. Just let it go. Be authentic. Yes. Anything else is just exhausting. Be you. Be you. All of you. Anything else is exhausting. You can make 365 masks to wear every single day, but I promise you, you're exhausted. I don't care how much sleep you get. Internally, you are exhausted because there's no inner peace, because you are not coming from your most authentic place. You're not allowing people to accept who you are authentically because you're afraid of who you are authentically. And that's because you've been around people in your life who told you you should be afraid and not accept who you are authentically, and shame on them. Because like I say all the time, we don't wake up one day and just decide that we're going to hate ourselves or we're not going to like certain things about us. It is because of the external influences that you've had around you your whole life that have told you to not like those things about you. That made you feel like people would question those things about you. That made you feel like there would be nobody else around you that would understand those things about you. So you hide them. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. Like I said, you will have that moment where you realize that you've cleared a certain space in your mind, in your heart, because you will be confronted with said thing that triggered you before, but you will realize that you don't respond to it in that same way, and it will feel absolutely freeing. And when that moment happens, if it has happened, I would love to know about it, but you should be so proud of yourself if this has happened to you. And it could be something big or small, it doesn't matter. It's that feeling inside that you have, that you know that you've healed from it because it does not affect you in the way that it would before. That is such a treasure. And it means that you've been doing the work. So you'll know. You'll know. Even if nobody else knows, you'll know. Okay. Bet on yourself. Take chances. Reach your dreams. You've got this. You've got this, collective. I believe in you. I will always believe in you. I will always encourage you, because this journey, especially the healing one, is no joke. And people don't like change, even though they know they need it. At the bottom of this deck, life can be hard and life can be wonderful. Which will you focus on? Which one will you choose? Your shadow side will tell you to focus on the negative. Be pessimistic. Feel like things never work out for you. But on your healing journey, you will keep a positive mindset even through challenges. As you are confronted with things that generally trigger you, you will look at them from a new lens, gain perspective, take away the lessons and the wisdom, and allow it to help you to be empowered and to grow. Which will you focus on? Freedom. Freedom comes from inner liberation. Again, you will have that moment and it will be so freeing. I wish I could describe it, but I want you to experience that, collective. What else? Happiness. Happiness comes from a fulfilled heart and harmonious relationships. Yes, that is the result. Because you choose happiness, because you choose not to allow anything else around you except people in good energy, in a high vibration, people who truly support you, not smile in your face, but all along want to take your place. Backstabbers. I'm not going to sing it, but y'all know the song. What else? What else? A few more from the cosmos. Safety. Safety is the foundation of life. Cherish the calm moments. Like I said, yes, those moments of serenity and calm, they are treasures. Even if you're used to having such a chaotic life, I promise you, if you can find the gold in being calm, feeling safe, you'll know where you're supposed to be. And sometimes safety is not about being in four walls with a locked door. Sometimes people make you feel safe. So if you don't feel safe around certain people, if being around certain people make you feel anxious, always worried that something's going to happen behind your back, then remove those people, places, and things. Find your safety. That's what will keep you calm. That's what will keep you from overthinking, keep you out of your head, keep you from feeling anxious. That's what will keep you with clarity. More. Connections. Yeah, exactly. Stay connected with others, nature, and the universe. Again, connections with people, places, and things that make you feel safe. Others, nature, and the universe. Beautiful. And compassion. Compassion is the warmth of the soul. Give it to others and yourself. When you are healing, first give it to yourself, because right now you need it as you are going through your healing journey. Give yourself grace, collective. I say this all the time, but it's a big deal. Give yourself grace. As I flip over my deck, grace at the bottom of the deck. Give yourself grace as you go through this journey of healing, of self-love, of self-care, trying to gain clarity and understanding of those shadow aspects of you. Please, it is so important. Don't be hard on yourself if you have a setback, if you act out in a way that you've been trying to heal from. Again, if it happens, regroup. Say, okay, I could have dealt with that situation a little bit differently. Let me figure out why I'm still triggered and go and regroup. But don't hold guilt and shame. Forgive yourself. Take accountability if that's needed, depending on the situation, so you can move on. Breathe in and let it go. Okay? All right, collective. Thank you for being here with me for part 1 of our shadow work. I'll see you guys over in part 2. Until next time, you guys. Bye.